if I'm going to live my best life, what should I do? Selling houses would be cool. I can drink mimosas on the beach in $1 million houses. So I got my license and rocked it out.
And then you found out how easy it is, right?
It's so easy.
So tell me, what was your start like?
Gosh, I started as a single agent, and in Hawaii, a lot of the business comes from like transient people in and out. And so I just knocked out the open houses. I was out there trying to meet people. And pretty quickly, one of the ladies in the office who was a top producer, she and I kind of partnered up, and I was diving in trying to learn everything I possibly could. That was the first time I realized the value of partnerships in this business. Having somebody in your life who can counterbalance you really is, because I did the marketing and the client relations and she had the database. And we just were 50-50 partners and learned a lot from each other.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you said you did open houses. How many open houses regularly would you host?
Truly, anytime I didn't have client to go show homes to, I would throw an open house together.
So audience, please listen to what Rebecca just shared with us. You either are with a client, helping a client, or you're finding a client. If you just get that, you got real estate. Would you agree with that, Rebecca?
I would. And you know what's really interesting? So my husband at the time was my biggest fan. He was detailing cars and cutting grass and just whatever we could do to live on the beach in Hawaii. And I remember thinking, like, if Tyler's going to get up and go work his ass off every single day and cut grass and come home nasty, I can at least try to go find a client. And so that's where the habits came in. Is like my motivation was, I'm going to work just as hard as him, and I'm going to prove that I can make more money in this business drinking mimosas than I can out there cutting grass.
I love it. So you're either helping somebody or you're looking for somebody to help. And you said that you realized the value of partnerships. And I don't think you said this, but also network and socialize. I could just tell that that's a part of you as well. So after your experience there, what's next?
After Hawaii, moved back to Springfield, Missouri. We bought a house, and the team that we used to buy the house with was a really high producing team in the area. The owner said, you have your real estate license and I've got a spot for you. And so I came on their team as a listing agent. The business owner had been taking all of the listings and working with all the for sale by owners, and he was ready to step out and train somebody. So I took the personality assessment and fit the bill and came in and sold a lot of houses with their team.
What can you share with us about that experience?
I think it's really easy to have a limited mindset. Being on a team or being in an organization where you're splitting commission. I was young enough in the business that I just thought that this is how things were. It made logical sense to me that I would be specialized. That made sense to me, but I didn't really realize all of the encompassing things that were around the real estate game in general. What I learned from that team that I was on is how good it feels to work with people who are all headed in the same direction. I think the team sold 450 houses while I was on it. About 70% of what I did was cold lead generation, and I would close the deal, and I would be in charge of listing and selling their house. That was my one job, was to get it on the market, negotiate the deal, and get them to closing. And then when they went to buy, they bought with Kathleen, and I didn't make a penny off of their purchase commission. All I did was list the houses, and Kathleen worked with the buyers. And looking back, I sold 120 listings 2 years in a row. That's a lot of people that didn't work with me to buy houses, but worked with me to sell. People have had a lot of questions like, you gave up 120 buyers. What the heck? That seems like a really stupid business decision, but it wasn't. I mean, for me, I learned so much in that phase of life, and I got really dang good at physical appointments.
What happens next?
Gosh, so out of that, I took a job on a real estate team that specialized in new construction. So we ran 7 or 8 new construction on the Kansas and the Missouri side. New construction is not as scary as you think it's going to be, but if you have clients that start to look at new construction in any certain state, it's different everywhere. So you've just got to get in and work with the builders and start to understand some of the processes. And it's okay to lean on the people that are behind the scenes, because I was one of the ones behind the scenes. And if somebody called and just asked questions about a property, and new construction agents want to work with resale agents because you have the clients and we have the product. So sometimes they get a bad rap, and I learned a lot in that role, the importance of just education. I just had to educate agents all the time.
What if I'm an agent and I want to earn the business from a builder? Do you have any insight into that?
Get good at drinking beer.
All right. I love it. I like it. I mean,
what happens is, at least in our market, these guys come in and they build businesses, and business gets big and business gets little, and it gets messy and it gets crazy. And at the end of the day, they're just people. And so really making sure that you have a solid relationship with somebody so that he knows whenever he's ready to make a change and marketing's not going the way he wants it to, it's comfortable to be able to have a conversation with me.